Hi dears, welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. It's me Anna with you here, and today we are on the beach once again to enjoy the lovely sunny weather and also to discuss all the latest news, update on the situation and basically what's going on here in Spain and in our sunny Benidorm region. Let's go and sit down and have a little chat and know what new is happening here as for the day of today. So let's start with the situation probably first. On Saturday, you know that on Sunday we don't have any kind of new data because the government does not work on Sunday, surprise, surprise. But we do have the last numbers from Saturday evening, and they say that we've had 2,746 new cases, which is not a lot, taking into consideration that we used to have more than 3,000. So 2,700 is an acceptable number for all of us. The index has also dropped, not as much as it was doing before, but it's a normal situation. The less index we have, the lower will be amount for which it's changing. Like before it was dropping 22 points, like 30 points, then it by 10. And now when we already hit like a low level risk right here in our area, this is why the index is dropping little by little and only by 2 points. Right now we have the index of 69 cases per every 100,000 people. Before on Friday it was 71, so just 2 points of difference. Also want to say that it was officially the first weekend with less amount of restrictions from the beginning of the pandemic. So since March 2020, this is basically like the most freedom times that we've had since then. A lot of restrictions have disappeared in Catalonia, in Madrid, Valencian region as well. So basically this is already kind of new normality, and this is already the normal life that we had before. Like the only difference is that we have masks and hand sanitizing and social distancing. That's basically it as for today. In Catalonia, they still have a huge problem with these illegal parties and botellones, which is basically when you go out and drink to the street. Last time I've told you about this, that it was a huge problem during last weekend, and this weekend was no exception, as you can see. There were a lot of people drinking on the streets. They've destroyed massively the shops, like glass walls, a lot of cars. Like there were fights. Numerous people were taken to the police office, like arrested as well. Like a lot of negative things happened there. But even some of the journalists, some of the people who were there at the streets during that time of illegal parties, they've asked these like young people on why they are doing this, and a lot of them said like either they don't say the virus doesn't exist, they just say, well, I'm vaccinated, I don't care anymore, I'm safe, I'm vaccinated. That's the only thing that they've said. And the other thing was that I don't mind because we don't have any other place where to gather. Like nightclubs are closed on the inside, just terraces. This is not a true nightlife. We cannot like drink normally. We cannot dance because dance floors are closed down there. So I mean, we need our parties. This was like the only thing that they've said, the only reason basically why they were doing this. I don't know what the government is doing, what they're waiting for. Seeing this kind of situation and seeing that overall situation in terms of cases is getting better, why not to open the nightlife inside and maybe open the dance floor? I mean, we need to coexist with it. Like, and if you see, I'm quite sure that a lot more problems are generated right now than there would be if they would open the dance floors, if they would open the nightlife properly there, as they did in País Vasco, for example. Because all these people, they will be in these nightclubs. They will not be like on the streets of Barcelona at 3, 4, 5 a.m. like drinking like crazy, you know. That would not be a problem anymore. But the government does what it does, and for now this is not the case. That's their decision. We can just look at it as sightseers. We can look at it and just give our opinion, not more than that, sadly. Here in Valencian region, also today, they will announce some more measures. Right now, they are, like all the ministers and the president of our region, they are gathered on the negotiations like table roundtable and they're discussing what to do. They've already said that there are not much more measures to be taken out, but the most probable is that they will open the dance floor. They did not tell the exact hour up until it will be open and up until the nightlife will be open. Probably it's going to be around 5 a.m. in the morning. The dance floors, they will be open with a mask, of course, with the distancing, but they probably almost 100% that they will be open. These are the words of the ministers here of our region. These are not my just opinion. These are their exact words, that the most probable is that today they will agree on opening the dance floors and the nightlife here in our region. Also, the thing about karaoke bars, probably that one will be open as well. Not sure just yet. We need to wait today's evening to get to know all the measures, and I will definitely post on my community tab here on the channel all the restrictions and new measures, or the elimination of new measures, step by step, for all of you guys who will be visiting our region. So make sure you subscribe so that once I'll post it in our community tab, you would definitely see it and check all the latest changes here in sunny Benidorm. The rest of the country is doing fine. In Catalonia, there's decreasing cases. In Madrid, the overall situation in the hospitals and ICU units is also getting better. There are even some regions that barely register 1 to less than 10 cases, and there are only a few that don't register any kind of new cases in the day of Saturday's day. So everything is getting better. There was also a new document, new BOE, published, which is official states document. It's called BOE, Boletín Oficial del Estado, and in which they put all the new changes that they make. Right now, they've already published the change regarding traveling. And what basically is said in there, with short words, simple words, is that they've postponed the opening of the areas, of the country, in terms of the international tourism and traveling, up until 31st of October. So 1 more month our borders will be closed for tourists coming from third countries. You know that European Union is not the case, Schengen area is not the case, because they have slightly more freedom in terms of traveling, and they can travel with a PCR test. They don't need the vaccination if they don't have it or cannot have it due to medical reasons. But third countries, that was not the case. They can only travel with the accepted vaccines in European Union and by the World Health Organization. And what they also can do is, if and only if they are in a green list of safe countries, then they have slightly more freedom of going, for example, with a PCR test instead of a vaccine, with a green certificate. But all the rest, they have very difficult times. They cannot travel even if they want to, unless they have some specific reasons to do so, like family members in here, or any other kind of reasons which are put in this official document. If not, if they are only as tourists, then only the vaccination is valid. Both vaccines at least 14 days before the traveling. So this is what's happening. Also, Ceuta and Melilla, which are 2 autonomic towns that are on the Africa side, but they are of Spain. They have borders with Morocco, and these borders, they were closed a while ago in spring, I think. And they've also said that their borders with Morocco will maintain itself closed up until the same 31st of October. A lot of families cannot visit their family members, their relatives, their loved ones, their parents back in Morocco, just because they cannot go even with a ferry from here to there, because everything is shut down. The only option to go to Morocco right now is to go from here from Spain to go towards Italy or France, and there they can take a ferry. But a lot of people just cannot waste that much money on the trips, so they are just staying here in Spain and looking for the better times to come and for when the borders will be actually open. The next news that I wanted to let you know about is for those who will be here in Spain and who will be using the train service of Renfe. It's been a tough time for Renfe, and especially for the workers that are there. There is a video about Renfe, how our Renfe train station in Alicante looks like, what the trains look like. It's in one of the vlogs on my Young Lady Vlogs channel that I have. It's a family fun YouTube channel where we show slightly more of a family life here in Spain. So if you don't follow me there, go here. I'm going to put you the link to the channel. Click and subscribe, and there will have a lot of positivity going on. So there I've showed you how the train station looks like. And if you will be traveling in October, you need to be careful with the following dates, which is 4th, 5th, 7th, 8th, 11th and 12th of October. These dates, a lot of workers of Renfe will be on the manifestation. They will paralyze their work. We already know that 4th and 7th, it's going to be only part-time. It's not going to be the whole day long, but especially on the most important hours, which is early in the morning, midday and evening time. So you need to make sure that if you travel, try not to choose these dates, or at least not to choose like the peak hours, because trains will be paralyzed. They will stop going. They will stop letting people to enter, exit. They will not do any kind of work during these times. And the rest of the days, probably that's going to be like total stop of all the production and of all the work. Why they're doing this? They've already did it a few days the previous week. And they're basically doing it because they want for the managers and for the authorities to understand that they are doing a very hard job, that they're doing a very difficult job, and they're not getting anything for it. As they say by their own words, is basically that the management of the company of Renfe is the only side that is kind of growing in the company, that has increased salaries, even though it's pandemic's time, that has better like conditions, working conditions, and all the rest that is not like a peak management, you know, that like owner, CEO and things like this, like the management of the train station, etc. All the rest, they have not very good job conditions, and the company even says that by 2030 what they want to do is to decrease the amount of staff that they have in the company, in Renfe in general, not only here in Alicante but like in all other train stations, which is why they're kind of acting like not very intelligent people. Like for them it is intelligent in terms for the company and saving the company, but they're not acting as decent people. That's the word. They're not acting as decent people because they are doing everything for the people to wish to get out of the company and look for another job. Like this, they will not need to say like, okay, you're fired, you know, and pay a lot of money, because the person goes by himself. That's like the kind of strategy that they have right now. So that's why they are just paralyzing their work. They are just saying that we need to earn the money that we deserve for this service that we do. We need for the people to see that Renfe train stations have good quality, which is not always the case, depends on the train station, of course. But they just want more rights, they want more compensation, they want better job conditions, and they want the trains to look better and the train station to improve for all the clients. They ask a lot of things. There's a huge list of it, but we'll see if all these days of manifestations will help or not. Let's hope it will be the case and some syndicates will see what's actually going on. But since Renfe is such a huge company here in Spain, it was basically monopolist up until like this year of the train service here in our country. So it's very hard that someone would make them change their decision once it's already taken. But we'll see. Maybe it will be the case. Also, for those of you who will be here in Spain, I want to say that starting from today up until Thursday, we have huge deals in all the biggest cinemas here in Spain. They are actually, I have here the number, 331 cinemas in Spain. Mostly these are all like in the shopping centers and etc. And more than 3,000 screens in all Spain will have an amazing offer only up until Thursday, this Thursday, okay? And it is €3.50 per ticket per person. Usually the ticket costs like a double or even a triple than that, so it's just amazing news. There'll be a lot of different films, a lot of different movies. There's gonna be newest, latest productions. There's gonna be movies for children, like animated movies. There's gonna be like documental movies, a lot of different things, Spanish production as well, and you can all visit it. You can check it online. But basically here in Benidorm, the only like bigger cinema that we have is in the commercial like shopping center, Finestrat, La Marina it's called. I also have a video about it. I'm gonna put it right here on the top for you guys. So there in the cinema, there's also during these days the option to buy a ticket for $3.50 only. Why they are doing this? They want to show that cinemas are secure. This is the most like important reason of all why they are putting such a low prices and such an offer, because a lot of people, they just don't want to get back to cinemas because they're afraid it's a closed space and they just don't know if it's safe or not. But there are a lot of security measures taken for that, to ensure the safety of a lot of people there, and there are some air purifiers installed, air conditioning, like a lot of different things, social distancing as well. So it's quite secure, I must say, and this is why they're putting this low price offers to help people to purchase the ticket and show that people can go there. They don't have to be afraid, that everything is slowly getting back to normal. And the last news is about the hotels. The hotels that we have here in our region of Alicante. The interesting situation that they are in right now. Who would have thought that after so many people have lost their jobs during pandemics, and right now when the situation is getting better, when they are called back again or when like hotels search for staff, new staff members, there is no one to go. That's a very strange situation that is happening in our region and in some other ones, but we'll just concentrate on ours so far. Here in Benidorm, in Albir, Altea, Alicante, like in all this area, we have a huge problem with a lack of staff in the hotels. So those of you who are interested in coming here, working, you know, the language, maybe that's like the good reason for you to find a new job. What is happening with all this? So once the pandemic hit, a lot of temporary contracts, they were just eliminated basically. They've expired and that's it. All these people, they went on a social security, on the payment for the unemployment. So a lot of people are so comfortable with it, especially those who are not as desperate to find the job, who don't need like actually desperately have a full-time job. They are maintaining all these like payments from the social security. They are afraid to go to the tourism sector once again because it seems so vulnerable, you know. It seems so unstable, I would even call it, because like all this situation hit, all these people who were working in tourism, they just went out and they could not find anything for months, literally. These were hard times, but right now people are just afraid to come back because they think like, well, okay, if that's like the case, I will come back, I will lose my unemployment payment from the social security, and then what, like maybe in a few months that will hit us again, and what I will do then, like I will literally be without any kind of money coming to my family. So people just are not risking anymore, and unless the company will offer you like a good contract and they will say that after like 6 months, for example, your contract will be a permanent one. For a lot of people, it's not profitable. It doesn't make any sense to change their lives now. This is why they're denying the offers. Can you imagine? They're just denying the offers. The part of the hotel that is most staff lacking and staff needed is the kitchen. Cleaners also on reception, there's not as much of a problem, but like all the maintenance, cleaning, kitchen, all these type of waiters as well. On the bar section, there's a lack of staff, tremendous lack of staff. People who have more desperate situation that need any kind of job, they don't care which one it is, of course they will take this offer. But once again, the majority of those who are kind of comfortably living here and don't need desperately to find a job ASAP, these people, they're just waiting for the better offer and better job condition to arrive. So what about the Spanish weather? Well, right now it's very nice weather for all of you who will be coming during these days to our region. It's still very warm, as you can see. I'm with a t-shirt. It's sunny. There is almost no breeze, no wind at all. The sun is shining. It's very warm and nice, so it kind of feels still like summer. This type of weather will be continuing up until the weekend. On Tuesday and Wednesday this week, there will be some slight rain coming from the north part where it is right now, like northwest. It will be going towards the Mediterranean area, towards the south part of Catalonia and our Valencian region. But we are not as sure so far that it will be raining. They sometimes say that it will be, but at the end, eventually it's not raining here, not even one drop. So probably it's not going to be raining, but just in case, I'm letting you know so you would have an umbrella nearby. And in the north part of Spain, it's just going to be cloudy these days. In general, in Spain, the weather is very stable. We don't have that many of pouring rain that we've had before because of a new Dana, new storm that came to Spain, but it's over finally, and now it's pretty nice, sunny, and warm almost in all parts of Spain. And speaking about warmth, the temperatures here in Spain are also very stable. They did not change a lot during the last few days, and they will not change during all this week, barely like 1-2 degrees probably. As you can see on this map, what we have in here is the temperatures between 17 and 31 degrees during the day of today. And on the north part, there will be between 17 and 24. In the center, between 20 and 26. South part, between 24 and 30 degrees. And Mediterranean area, between 29 and 32 degrees Celsius. Here in Alicante, in our lovely Benidorm region, today it's going to be 31 degrees actually. So the summer is here once again. In Barcelona, it's going to be 28. Granada, 30. Malaga, 31. Madrid will be on 25 degrees, Murcia 32, Sevilla 30, Balearic Islands 28, Canarian between 26 and 28, and Valencia 31 degrees. In terms of the water temperature these days, don't worry about it because you still will be able to swim. The water right now will be around 24.5 and 25 degrees. So it's still quite warm so that you could swim in our lovely Mediterranean Sea and enjoy the day at the beach in our area. These were all the news for today, my dears. I hope you enjoyed watching them. If you did, don't forget to click a like and subscribe to the channel right here down below so that you wouldn't miss any latest videos here on the channel. I wish you a lovely beginning of a new work week, and we are going to see each other once again tomorrow here on the channel with a new interesting video from Benidorm area. Bye!